Today's podcast is brought to you by Eat, Drink, Live Local. Local Cleveland business here. They're all about supporting and advocating for businesses, nonprofits, and local live music here in the Cleveland area. They do offer a $30 VIP card that includes a ton of special promotions and offers for all of their clients. Also, completely free to sign up as a business to be a part of this. And I personally think the best part is $10 VIP card purchase goes to a local nonprofit that changes every month. Please sign up. You can go to edllusa.com and check it out.
I just don't understand, like, literally going unconscious. Like, I'm not talking about the people that accidentally black out. I'm talking about the people that literally, like, I'm going to go black out at the meeting line.
This is the intent.
Like, there are people that say that. I don't know if you've ran into them. I have run into them. Like, yeah, like, probably going to black out, like, in a bit. Like, you know, we have, like, a ticket to the Browns thing. I'm like, did you hear what you just said? Did you hear what you just said? You're not going to... I mean, like, maybe that's a good thing. Like, you don't have to remember the game because, like, the outcomes haven't been that great since 99, so it's like you don't have to remember.
But still, like, you got to go home. Welcome back to But Are You Happy with Roger Berry? I have a special guest today. Rocky River High School grad, Joey Kinsley, a.k.a. Sir Yacht. Big TikTok guy.
Big
TikTok guy.
I never thought I'd be a TikTok guy, but here we are.
Big TikTok guy. He's verified on all the major platforms, and he is really one of the new favorites around Cleveland.
I appreciate that. You said that on me. Thank you.
You've done a lot, though. I want to kind of start off with your life at the beginning, and then I want to get into how you got here. Mm-hmm. Grew up in Rocky River.
Yep.
Went to Rocky River High School. Do you have an opinion about the Rocky River High School scandal?
Holy cow. Yeah, I forgot about that, dude.
I just talked with Mr. P about that the other day.
What did he say?
I mean...
Because he's not at River anymore, right?
No, he's at Black River, and he was telling me that he thinks...
He was at White River, now he's at Black River.
Right? Shout out Mr. P.
So what did he say?
He said... He doesn't agree with everybody getting fired. He thinks that one person should have got fired, and he's under the... He basically believes that the administration saw group text slamming the administration, and therefore we're like, okay, well now we're going to get rid of all of you.
Yeah, so I have my opinions on that. I mean, obviously the teacher we know about that did it, I should have been fired as he was, and maybe like one or two other people maybe should got suspended or
about the teacher that did it.
No,
neither was I.
No, I mean when somebody said like there was a scandal, I guessed it was him. Sadly. But then, yes, a lot of the people that got fired, I completely disagree with. I've seen them out in public, and they're just the greatest people. They're so nice, and being in their situation, that it has to be difficult. Like, obviously, you have to do what's right. You have to do what's protocol and what you signed up for as a teacher. But I don't know if people should have gone. Everybody should have gotten fired for that. I agree with like half of it.
Yeah. I guess I agree with
that.
What
a wild thing that happened, dude. You always like hear about stuff like that and you're like, oh, well, that'll never happen here. Like, that's what everybody thinks. And then like, boom, it just happens with people that you like were in classes with and like really enjoyed being around.
It was sad.
And I feel so bad for the girl too and everybody involved. I feel like that's the most important thing. I feel so bad for them.
And the kicker is Mr. P said this, and I have no idea if any of this is true. I didn't see the text, but he said there was no picture at all.
Was he? So he was there.
No. He was already gone.
He was already gone?
He was already gone. Then he had spoken to, I don't know, a couple of different people there.
I trust Mr. P.
I do too, especially on that one. So you're a big basketball guy. You're 6'6". I got to imagine that is shocking to a lot of people.
Well, it's funny because a lot of my content, like I'm sitting down like we are right now, and if I run into people in public, they're like, holy cow, you're so fucking tall. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And I don't. My cliche line I say is I'm tall for no reason, and they laugh, and then we like awkwardly leave. So yeah, it helps. It helped play college basketball, and it's a nice like icebreaker, I think.
The Ohio Wesleyan deal. You were there. You graduated from there.
I did.
You played all 4 years?
I played my final 2 years. I was really bad my freshman year, and then my sophomore year I injured my shoulder.
So you were planning on going to the NBA, and then...
Right, if I didn't hurt my shoulder, I would have gone to the NBA. That's what I'm saying. Bingo. Yeah. D3 to the NBA, it's a very common thing. You know, somebody from our school, his name is Barry Clemens, he went D3 at Ohio Wesleyan and then played in the NBA for I think 10, 12 years.
No fucking
But that's like
what year was that?
The 80s. It's probably like the plumber era. So I feel like if you could have been a plumber or a milkman, you probably could have went. I hope he doesn't see this because he would kick my ass.
I was just gonna say
They fight. Those '80s guys, they wouldn't mind punching you.
Dude, the '80s teams were wild.
Different basketball, man.
Or like even '90s Pistons. Mm-hmm. Like it's a punch pass.
It's just physical. Now it's like finesse. I don't know. I can't even watch. So I can watch basketball. I cannot watch the Philadelphia Sixers play basketball. It is Harden and Embiid just looking for fouls, basically.
I'm not a big Philly guy at all.
No, for anything.
Yeah, for anything.
No,
I mean, just I hate their fans too.
Dude, they're the worst.
Worst fans.
They're the worst.
You go to school, you graduate, you go to the corporate world. Is that correct?
Yeah, I worked for a pyramid scheme out of college.
Did you really?
I didn't know it at the time, and then I learned what a pyramid scheme was when I wasn't there anymore. And I was like, oh, that's definitely a pyramid scheme.
Was that something you bought into it, obviously, but how long did it take you to go, this isn't it?
Well, it was really, really tough because there's not a promise, but it's like, oh, if you put like these amount of hours in and get this many phone calls, then you're going to get these many clients and you're going to make this amount of money. And for, a guy that doesn't really know anything about life coming out of college, I want to make, they're like, how much money do you want to make this year? And I was like, I don't know, like $100,000. And they're like, yeah, you could totally do that if you do this. I'm like, oh, sweet. So every day, I called 50, 60 people and then try to set meetings and stuff like that.
Are these cold calls or warm leads?
Warm leads and then also cold calls, but mostly warm. They wanted to be warm, and I was terrible at my job. I knew nothing about finances. I didn't have any insurance products. I couldn't afford anything. There were days that, dude, I was sick. I pretended to be sick because I couldn't afford to park downtown at work. I would valet instead at Westwood Country Club to make money because I wasn't making money.
That's wild. Was it purely commission?
Yeah, purely commission. I had 3 or 4 clients because my parents' friends felt bad and signed up, and then one of my clients was my boss.
You know what's bad?
Because he felt bad.
What do you got to say?
Well, because they saw
your boss signed up.
As well. Got some insurance, and then when I ended up deciding to leave, or we mutually parted ways after 6-7 months. So what happens if you don't if the policy holder doesn't hold a policy the entire year, you have to pay it back. So I owed $1,000 I didn't have. And
you gotta pay it back.
Yeah, I have to pay it back, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
If they hold it, you get the renewal.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't work there anymore, but that's what it is. If you hold it for a year, you get the renewal. But if they close, then you have to pay it back, which is a crazy concept to think about. But dude, from a mental health side of things, man, I just when you work 50 hours a week and you're making $0, mentally you just want to jump off a bridge, and it was rough, man. I'm glad there are people there that are very successful. I'm very happy for them. I still have my finances with them, but I'm so happy I'm not there.
Was that the turning point for you? Because you got to imagine, and I know how this is. A lot of people, and I know when we were going through school at least, it was they want you in this box, right? This 9 to 5 box of bullshit. I mean, that's really what it is, right? It's go throw away your dreams for this little salary, whatever the fuck it is, or cold call these fucking people for us, right? Is it then when you were I'm just gonna start doing content, or were you doing content while you were working?
Such a good question. Yeah, so it's funny, especially both of us growing up and going through the Rocky River school system, you're around just money, and it's true. It's a bubble. I heard the bubble from the guy that got fired from River. He would always call it the bubble. Yeah. So I was I don't know what he's talking about. This is not, Rocky River's not a bubble. And then you go to college, or at least you go wherever outside of the city, and you're oh yeah, this is a bubble. There's a lot of money and things like that. So yeah, at that point, I ended up working for a brewery just as a sales intern for a few months, and then I was just trying to figure out my life. I was valeting at Westwood on and off, and I just wasn't making any money, and I was just we were putting out music. That was my dream at the time, was to be a musician. I still would love to do that, but obviously it's not my thing. I have a conversation with my friend. His name's Tom Ramella.
I think your music's pretty good.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It's not, it doesn't pay the bills right now, so maybe one day. But maybe the content does. Yeah,
that's all that matters.
We'll see. So my friend, I'm just we put out a music video 10 days before Christmas, and it just doesn't do as well as I thought. I thought I was gonna blow up. Just thinking that in my head. And my friend, he's I don't know, man, maybe God's just trying to put you in another direction. I'm I was just so frustrated. And then flash forward to New Year's Eve 2017 going into 2018, the Cleveland Browns go 0-16.
Oh yeah.
My same friend Tom Ramella is like, you need to make a rant like about this. Like I think that's what you should do. And I was like, I don't make videos. Like I used to have a YouTube channel in high school that we deleted because like it just was terrible. And I was like, I don't do that stuff. Videos. So he's like, no man, just like make a rant. I'm like, all right, I'll do that. So I'm making a rant. For whatever reason, wake up the next day, New Year's Day 2018, like the first day of the year, and I get a bunch of texts from people like, dude, you're on SportsCenter Snapchat, like your video like goes off and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? So it goes off on Twitter. I already knew that, and then like it just blew up when we woke up like 2018 New Year's Day. Like I was at my friend's house, like 4 or 5 of us, like best friends, and I was just like, all right, we're gonna start making content now. Like that's the move, I guess.
And you're a diehard Browns fan, so that's some real emotion too.
Well, I always tell people like, so the video is about because Hugh Jackson said, the former head coach of the Browns, he said if they went 1-15 again, he would jump in Lake Erie. Well, they didn't go 1-15, but they went 0-16. So like my video was like, I'm gonna scout locations on Lake Erie for him to jump in. And then like I just started screaming, yeah, dude, and I started making content like once a week. After that, and I always tell people this. I think I'm the only person that has benefited from the Cleveland Browns going, besides Baker Mayfield, from the Cleveland Browns going 0-16.
Baker did. Baker Mayfield definitely benefited from the Browns going 0-16. So all that happens, and is that motivation now? Like I'm making more content. Like after this happened,
dude, is funny. So I see like this like Twitter post go off, and I didn't really post anywhere else. I saw a quote tweet, I think, from a St. Ed's kid at St. Edward's High School, and he was like, this is the most cringe video I've ever seen, like never make content again. So I literally just didn't make another video for 2 weeks. I had like thousands of retweets and likes, but I let like this one little comment kind of like just take me off my path. So I literally I was like, all right, I can't pay attention to that stuff, and if I do, like I can't let it like bring me down. So I verbally said to myself, like, I am not going to give one single fuck about what anybody thinks. And if I can do that, then I'll be okay. Like now, don't be too high, don't be too low type thing. And it took a long time, but I'm pretty good. There's a lot of hate that definitely comes with being a content creator and somebody that can be as polarizing as I am.
You're definitely intense.
Yeah, no, definitely. And some of it like is like real emotion. It's like so therapeutic because it's like I'm just gonna yell like on my camera, and then after that I'm like good.
Yeah.
But some of it like is played up too. Some of it are skits and stuff like that because I know like it'll do better online. But yeah. So it took a while for me to do that. I started making like one video a week for like 4 or 5 months about the Cavs because LeBron was still in town, and then the Browns. And then, yeah, it kind of took on a life of its own on social media. Are
the Browns going to keep Kevin Stefanski?
I don't know. That's a good question.
He lives in Rocky River.
He does live in Rocky River.
It's kind of creepy that I know that.
No, it's I mean,
it's in a tangled town.
Yeah, it's common house. Nice house. I heard he's a nice guy too. So I wanted to work out for him. I would love for it too. We'll see with the new defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz. I have no idea, but I feel like every year I kind of give up. Like I like get sucked in, and then I just like it just falls flat on my face. So I'm not like getting my hopes up this year or anything like that. But I think he's gonna be the longest tenured coach the Browns have had in a very long time. His 4th year,
which is wild,
which is insane to think about. But I hope it does work out. But man, it doesn't look like it.
I just remember the hype when he came from the Vikings, and it was like, This is the man. Yep. What do you think about Deshaun Watson? So I've got a take on this because he gets accused, 26 girls, all this stuff.
Yep.
My take on this is there's no way 26 chicks banded together.
Bro.
And then we're like...
Bingo.
You know what I mean? Like, I get like maybe 1 or 2 or like, but 26... And I feel like if you're an average guy... You're in jail.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it's not something that I typically talk about just because, like, it's such a... Like, I go to football, I go to sports to get away from that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
And, like, the fact that we're talking about it, like, and it's, like, mudded in sports, it's just, like, my goodness. But I was literally having this conversation with somebody the other day, and I was like, there's no way that 26 people came together and just, like... That would be the greatest conspiracy. Like, hats off to you if that's what happened. But, like you said, I could see, like, 1 or 2 people jumping in and like, or whatever, and trying to just get money or like just extort or whatever. And I thought it was pretty weird that some of the victims went to the Houston Texans game and were like, we're here. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, that seems so like it's over. You settled. Like, but I will say, like, the majority of those people, like, there's no like way it happened. And for people like, well, there's no proof it wasn't in criminal court. I'm like, do you know how hard it is to prove something like that? It is basically he said, she said. At that point, if there's 26 people saying it
And you settled.
I tend to, well, he's like, well, but then it's like, oh, he settled. Like, just because he settled doesn't mean it's like, okay, so now we're moving the goalposts. That's what we're doing here. So it just sucks, man, because I love the Browns, and I really didn't have any emotion for them this year. It just, like, every time, like when Jacoby was in, I was like, really excited and stuff, and like pulling for them. But I typically, dude, I'm a nervous wreck. Like, literally, like, in my rants and my videos and stuff like that, that's me the entire game. Like, I'm freaking out, I'm sweating. But like this, like when Deshaun was in, I just didn't have that emotion, man. And I'm kind of thankful I started this docu-series where I'm interviewing every like former Brown starting quarterback since 1999.
That is so dope.
Thanks. My agent gave me the idea. I can't take credit for it, but I basically, it allows me to be like a huge fan of the Browns and like be a historian of it and like learn a lot while also not having to worry about like the current climate. Because whether you're on the, you want Deshaun on the team, you're not really worried about all that stuff, or you're against, it's still something that we have to like we have to deal with as Browns fans. And obviously we're not the victims. Like, that's the, the most important thing. But I just want to watch football. And like every other team, dude, that's what the Steelers had to deal with Ben Roethlisberger. And now that's
years.
Well, that's what we have to deal with until he's gone. And even after, it's just like, we didn't sign him. I wasn't the one making the calls,
maybe
man.
like a fucking 1 or 2 year deal, like a 1 year deal with a team option for the second. I mean, you haven't played, and there was still no resolution at the time,
which is wild to think about,
right? Like, you're just like $230 million bet, basically.
Well, and what's the craziest thing too? After watching the games this playoffs so far, is like I'm not even trying to be a hater. I'm trying to be a realist. I generally don't know if they're going to be top 3 ever. Mahomes is going to be good for the next decade. Burrow's going to be good for the next decade. Josh Allen's going to be good for the next decade. You got Herbert. You got Trevor Lawrence. You got a lot of guys in the AFC that are like really, really good. Like, the quarterback play is amazing. And are they going to have enough? They're going to have to make a lot of moves. Like,
they're going to have to make a ton of moves.
They're going to have to this offseason.
And if the defense plays anywhere near like they did this year, well, we're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I love Nick Chubb. I love Myles Garrett. I think they have like a solid 2 to 3 year window of like their prime, and Watson probably the same. So let's say you got 2 to 3 years to go win a Super Bowl. And if not, like, I don't care, like, if it's like, oh, well, we made the playoffs and lost the first round, division round. It's like, no, you made this trade to win a Super Bowl. And if you don't, it's a failure. Like, it is a failure at that point, because they sold their soul. They sold the PR. They sold we're the good old Browns. We're America's team, the America's underdog at least. And now it's like, no, we're the Browns. We want to win, and we don't care about morals. We don't care about PR or any of that stuff. So we'll see.
So we have a flip side to that, though, now. We have the Cavs, which are doing great.
Yeah, right? Guardians, too.
The Guardians.
Yeah, the Cavs now.
But you love the Cavs.
Yeah.
You go to the games. You do little challenges at the games. Where do you get a lot of your ideas?
Dude, when I'm like doing...
Because they're wild ideas. Like, some of them, I'm like, where the fuck do you think about that? Like,
I don't know, man. I do a lot of...
At one time, you bathed in ketchup.
Yeah, that was the worst idea I've ever had.
How long?
12 hours.
That's insane.
Because the Browns beat the Steelers by 12 points, so it was like an hour for every hour for every point they won by. And it was 6 points until the final second, because they recovered a touchdown in the end zone, and it went to 12. And I was like, God bless it.
I meant to tell you this. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was with Carter, my son, at the Jets game at the Browns.
Oh my
dude.
Is he okay?
Is
he okay?
He is a little asshole sometimes, because he likes to root for teams. He likes anybody that I'm rooting for, he's rooting against.
Wow.
So, big Lamar Jackson guy, and it's just a problem. So I don't really know what to do with him.
I like Lamar. I'm just not going to root for him. But yeah, so where these ideas kind of come from is I'm just like thinking when I do a lot of driving, or I'm in the shower, like just like sitting down or things like that. I do a lot of thinking. I don't really know where they come from. I view a lot of content, and I guess I do a lot of studying. Just trying to think like what would work, what would be a good story, and you just like throw shit at a wall until it sticks, or do you think it's a good idea? So I think of like so many ideas, and then it kind of just like barrels down. So that's like one thing I guess I learned from like that was positive from like a pyramid scheme type thing, is like it's a numbers game. Like if you think of a bunch of things, you have a bunch of ideas. Like if I want to seek out brand deals or something like that, throw as many out as possible. You email, you think of as many ideas, and eventually like you get some good ideas, and you just got to execute on it.
When you take brand deals or sponsorships or stuff like that, do you keep in mind, like, how do you approach that? Are you approaching that from, this is the most money, so I'm going to take that? Or are you approaching it from the standpoint of like, well, I don't believe in that, even though that's a shit ton of money. I'm going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. So fortunately, I have an agent right now as of the past like year and a half that kind of deals with all that. But when I was negotiating my own stuff, it was just like whatever comes in. I'm like, yeah, I need money. Like, I want to make this full time. Let's do it. And a lot of the money I was making, I was how I was able to go full time. I got let go from my job in February of 2021 because of COVID. So we're almost coming up on 2 years of me being a full time content creator. So before that I was monetizing my videos where I would work with like visitors bureaus and chambers of commerce, like mostly in Ohio. And they would pay me to like make like a comedic promotional video. So I would like email like 50 people, 50 towns, and just like I would get like 5 or 10 people that wanted to, you know, work on something, and then I would set those up, and then I would go down and travel, and they'd pay for all my expenses and pay me. And I was at one point making more money than like my job, because I went part time. Long story short, I was on 2 seasons of Worst Cooks in America on Food Network. So I was forced to go part time, and then ended up getting fired. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go.
Did you get fired because of the food, or did you?
No, it was because nobody during COVID, nobody wanted to. I was like in charge of like getting sponsors for the site, and nobody wanted to sponsor the site. So I was like doing a bunch of marketing stuff, but I wasn't bringing in any money. I go full time in that. I'm making most of my money working with towns and stuff like that. And then the occasional like brand deal videos. So I made a video for the NFL draft.
So you go to all these towns and you've been doing a bunch of traveling. What is your like favorite thing to do? I see the podcast. I see Johnny on there.
Yeah, Johnny, my twin.
He is fucking hilarious.
He's just like, there are a lot of people like, what is your twin brother like? I'm like, he's me on steroids. Like, if you gave me just like acid, except like he doesn't do drugs or anything like that. He just like,
he doesn't need to.
His brain, no, I didn't even want to know what he'd be like on drugs. He just like, he's just a loose cannon, man. He's so cool. So my favorite thing to do, I think, I love like not focusing on one thing and doing a bunch of different things. But I think what I love doing is like these challenge videos that we do. So a lot of the things we've done, I've done for like, I've like biked the state of Ohio before. I've skied a marathon. Like I've went on a marathon in cross country skis. I've been on a raft for 24 hours.
You ran a marathon. Yeah, you did. I did see that.
I went to 13 Clevelands in 10 days. This weekend, I'm thinking I'm gonna do a marathon in the wheelchair since I'm like injured right now.
Dude, that's gonna be extremely difficult to do.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, but it's I love like putting myself through like these like really challenging moments, because there's something satisfying about coming out on the other side and like creating that project and like the realism of like experiencing something that is like so hard and just like going through it. Because I've gotten the bug of being like, oh my god, like I can bike from Cleveland to Cincinnati in 4.5 days without training. It's like, it just like shows me like that anything is possible. Like literally the mental side of it is just like the most important thing. It's like so cliche, but like if you can kind of pass through that, like man, like that's like that type of content that I've been working on is like the most rewarding stuff ever.
So I wanted to dive into that a little bit. When you first started content creation or whatever it might be, I always say there's a lot of people that want the best for you, but they don't necessarily believe in you. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
So what was your experience with that, whether it was family, friends, good, bad, or both? I mean, I'm really curious, because I know even starting my podcast, people are like, whatever.
No, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's a hater until you make it, and then they're your best friend. That's how it kind of works. Just full transparency, most people weren't too supportive. It was like back in 2018 when I started, and like I wanted to make it a job. Like I started doing it as like a way for people to see my music, or like I was like, oh, maybe I can go be an actor because of like my content following or things like that. Like I didn't really know there was a career in it, but then I think like a few months in, I was like, oh, I could try to make a career out of this. My mom is pretty supportive. Like she's just, you know, typical mom, like, you know, wants you to do well, wants you to be happy. I'm supposed to be a 4th generation dentist. So when I switched from...
I'm glad you're not a dentist.
Oh, I'd be terrible, dude. I'd be awful. So my dad is, he's a great dentist, and he does some great work, and he's very passionate. And I think I just needed to find something that I was passionate about, like that, because I've got like a really big work ethic from him. He's like, make sure you bring in money, like you have a job, like that's great that you're doing this. And like, I was like on all these articles and stuff and going viral online. He's like, he just didn't understand like that you could make money from that. Like it was just like some guy who was just like getting pressed. I'm like, no, Dad, like I can make money from this. I can make more money than I would at this job. He's like, all right, I'll believe when I believe it. Like he always says that, and like I use that line too. So when I finally started to bring in some money and make it my full-time job, it even took him a little bit there, but he like apologized. He's like, I'm sorry, like I finally understand what you were saying. Like it's something I never grew up with or was used to. So it was really cool to get that from him. Like he wasn't just like a hater or anything. He just like, he thought what I did was cool, but he, you know, I say some like crazy shit, and he's like, well, be careful. You need to keep your job. You don't want to get fired. And like my bosses would say the same thing too. They'd be like, oh, you did that? Like you said that? I'm like, yeah, what the fuck's it to you?
Yeah,
that's what I want to do. I was a terrible employee, dude. I was so bad.
Dude, me too.
I'm like not a bad person, I think, but I'm not like I would work on stuff like a little bit, like pretend I'm busy, and then like I would go to my car and like make a rant, or like, and then I would come back and like edit it, and then I'm like move the window over, and then
Your
like pretend I was
there.
working.
I mean, but that's how I experienced the same thing, because for me, it's sitting in an office and then being told what to do and running this process. Listen, I'm not opposed if it's my shit.
Bingo.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But like, you want me to make you all this fucking money, and you dangle this stupid little carrot in front of my face. Like, anytime somebody's like, oh man, I make $100,000 a year, it's like, sweet, you make a livable wage. You know what I mean?
Right now, yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is let's say you're making like $100,000, you're making good money. It's like, I would much rather just enjoy what I do, because then you can put all your heart and soul into it. And if you're working and, you know, bringing all this stuff in, but you're not reaping the benefits, and like, let's say like you just have a salary and like you're creating, like in sales and marketing, like you're bringing in all this money, but then you're not seeing it, like that's like deflating as fuck, like unless you're like the boss. But like right now, like the content we do and like the brand deal stuff, like, you know, I pay a percentage of my agent, and then, you know, I make the rest of like the brand deals he brings in for me. And like, I used to work for a company in North Dakota as a content creator, so I was there like
in North Dakota
I lived in North Dakota for like 6 months. I actually got let go from that. For some reason, every February I get fired. I don't know why, but last year in February I got fired because we were just moving different directions. I think it was mostly because like they're paying me like a salary, and like they would fly me around, like go to college and NFL games and make content, and it just like wasn't bringing in money.
A sick deal for you though.
It was fun. It was
some sweet exposure. Is that where the Waldo outfit came out?
No, dude, I did it here in 2019. I went to a Indians game. I was like, I knew the bleachers would be like, there'd be nobody there, and I was like, I have a Waldo costume. I always dress as him for Halloween. I was like, it's kind of funny just like to go there and like just dress as him and just like whatever. Just that's. So I picked up my friend. He's like, what the fuck are you wearing? I'm like, it's, you know, just whatever. It's my jersey for today. So then like Francisco Lindor, I guess like notices me, like Andre Knott, like he's like the reporter for like the sideline reporter basically, and then a couple other people. Like I was on Sports Center, I think. Yeah, I was on Sports Center. My girlfriend started to do it, so she had like a Waldo costume, and then we were like Sports Center, MLB Network, and like a couple other things, and it was just like kind of took on his life its own. So like you go to 4 or 5 games, and like I'm like, all right, from now on, I guess like for the most part, any sporting event I go to, I dress as Waldo. So that's kind of my thing.
I love it. I think it's awesome.
It's a good time, man.
I've seen you on TV before, Indians games. I like calling them the Indians still. I don't think it's racist, but
I think well, especially today, John Adams passed away, man. He's the Indians drummer. So I felt good saying it today, because I was like, I mean, it's just it was the name. It was the tribe. It wasn't the Guardians until last year. Like, it's just, even if you don't like it, like that's the name.
And I do think it's funny though. You like look back. Remember when it was Gund Arena, and then I went to Quicken Loans. It was, I'm not gonna fucking call it Quicken Loans. And then everybody.
The Q, man. Yeah. The Q's so sick. I called it Gund Arena for a bit, but then when it was the Q, so I'm like, all right, the Q's sick. But like the Jake, like that's a great name. I Progressive Field's fine. Like that's fine with me. I mean, like, especially like people like oh, I don't like the Guardians name, but it's like it's kind of hard to not root for a team that like was a game, like a couple of games away from like the ALD or ALCS, and like in their first year, like they were supposed to be in last place in the division. I'm like, all right, it was a very cookie cutter name change, but I'm like, I'm still gonna root for the team. Like, there's no doubt about that.
It's no hate there, and they're great. We have great owners, but I just don't think. Yeah, man. I thought the Spiders was the good name. Remember they?
I wanted the Sliders. I wanted the Sliders.
Oh,
So
that
we
was
already
an
have
option.
Slider. I know. No, that was just.
No, I was about to be like, for real.
No, that was
the
not
Sliders.
I was trying to.
That would have definitely come off racist to somebody. Somebody would have definitely.
I think everything can at some point. We're just at that point in 2023. Like everything's racist. I've dogged the owners a lot, and maybe this is a podcast to apologize for it because I know the payroll is small. Like it is what it is. We got a small market, mid market team. We're not New York. We're not going to be Boston. The farm system is amazing. They always, for some reason, like they'll trade away Corey Kluber, trade away all these guys, and then they'll just bring people back in. The talent, the scouting, like just the development of players is unbelievable. And for them to like compete this year, I mean, last year was amazing. Like, and who says they don't compete for a World Series this year? Like, especially this could be Terry Francona's last year. Like,
Don't say that. That's
I know, I'm worried. I'm worried.
That's so sad. Dude, somebody yanked his scooter the other day. He got it back, but
yeah, they got it back in like 6 hours. I
What a
think it was like
fucking asshole.
a citywide manhunt for it. Everyone's like, you mess with Terry Francona, you mess with us type thing.
yeah, dude. Imagine being the person that yanked that scooter. You're probably like, oh fuck.
What an idiot. Yeah, he probably didn't even know it was Terry's scooter. He's like, oh,
You probably wouldn't have stolen it otherwise.
Maybe.
You go through an exceptional amount of content. You post a lot.
I do.
How often? Is this every day you're making content?
So I should be. I'm really spontaneous. I don't really have a schedule, but I try to post. Like what we do now is every platform is different. So like TikTok like might be different from Instagram, but I usually post like if it's like a short form video, like I'll post on TikTok and Instagram at least, maybe Twitter sometimes. So I try to post that like 4 or 5 times a week, something like super easy to make. So then I could focus my time more on these like bigger projects of like challenges and like interviewing people, because we have 2 YouTube channels now, one for interviewing quarterbacks and like interviews, and then one for like making challenges and stuff like that. And that's where a lot of my time goes to. And then so we try to put out those as much as possible. And then we have like short form stuff, and then occasionally like I'll throw in like a rant about the Browns or something I'll throw on Twitter, and then kind of just some other stuff. But yeah, I try to post as much as possible, just so like I'm not like athlete or like celebrity that doesn't have to post. Like the reason people follow them is because they're a famous athlete or whatever. Like in order for me to like continue to grow and like bring in more brand deals and like make this thing as big as possible, like I have to post consistently.
Yeah, it's got to keep going.
Yeah, so that's kind of my thing is like I try to get the quality up as much as possible, but like in terms of like short form and stuff, it's like quantity, and then quality up for like these bigger like YouTube videos.
Yeah,
and
the
things
interviews
like that.
are insane. They're awesome, by the
Thank
way.
you.
I think you're doing a phenomenal job, and I think your
Thank you.
questions are amazing. I wanted to talk to you about, there was a call the other day, and I wanted your take on this. Lakers played the Celtics. It's the end of the game. LeBron goes in, drives left, goes to the hoop. Jason Tatum, very obviously, smashes him on the left hand.
Apparently not that obvious. It wasn't called.
So, in your opinion, is it beneficial for the league to be replaying those calls? And I've got another replay question in regards to baseball as well. But do you think it's beneficial for the game to say, hey, we can replay those calls and we can reverse those calls?
I think so. I mean, especially in the final 2 minutes. Like, I don't think it should be the entire game. Like, you should have your challenges, but I think, like, in the final 2 minutes, like, in game-deciding calls, you should 100% review those. And that was the most... The league literally called the Lakers when the game ended after overtime and was like, hey, we messed up. Like, that never happens when they call right after.
Do you think referees should have to...
Go to Guantanamo Bay?
They go to Guantanamo Bay,
They go to
but
prison?
let them hit a post-game interview before they go.
I think that'd be sick.
Wouldn't that be awesome just to, like, get any of those guys up there, right?
I do feel bad. I mean, it's not like they're, like, making chump change. You know, those guys in the NFL and NBA are making, like, $200,000-$300,000 a year probably, which is like, I mean, to like be on the court and just like see some of the greatest games and see the greatest athletes play and like you're calling the games, like that's got to be such an awesome job.
It's
I mean,
be a lot of pressure.
It is like this. I feel bad because that is I used to referee college intramurals, and you're going against like fraternities that hate each other and like are just fouling each other. So like it's like the most obvious fouls, and then they're like, "What are you foul?" But then, like, you miss some stuff, dude, and it's, like, it's hard, man. But that doesn't stop me from, like, you know, saying my shit online about it. So, especially if they decide a game. You're like, what the hell? But, yeah, they should...
Because that decided the game.
They should be held accountable because they're really not. And I would like to see some interviews. Like, the only way I would feel bad is, like, athletes get paid millions and millions of dollars because of like their value, but also like the media pressure and like having to answer the tough questions and things like that. Yeah. And the referees like don't get that money. They do get good money though. So I don't know. I think it would be cool to see them do it.
I just think at least like in those situations, if there's any sort of controversial call, you're able to sit there and say, we want to sit down with him after the game and answer questions or whatever it might be.
Well, it's like the same thing with like if somebody makes a bad play at the end of a game, like the reporters go to his locker room and his locker room, and that's what they do. I'm all for it.
AAA baseball is now going to an electronic strike zone. No ump.
I like that a lot, and they're probably doing that to test it to see if it would work in the MLB.
What do you like about it, and what if anything?
So they're not going to have any umpires.
Behind the plate, from what I'm understanding, no. I don't know about the bases.
I like the umpire. It's just like that's like baseball. It's like the tradition. I just don't know. Like there's so many calls. Like you look on a screen, you're just like, how the hell did that person miss like that ball or strike? So I would be interested to see like if there's any errors or things like that, or if they're able to like, get everything right and because every fan of like a sports team, like it's such an easy thing to be like, oh, like our team like would have won if the ref didn't make this call. Like every sports fan hates refs. Like nobody's like, I love refs. It's like no, it's like they the ones that decided the game for us. They hate our team. It's fixed. Like it's easy to do stuff like that. So if you eliminate all of that, what are these people going to say? Like what am I going to say? What are people? So I'm interested to see how that
Until
works.
The technology fucks up one time or something.
I think it'd be cool.
I think it'd be cool too. I think it'd be great. I like the human error, but there's nothing more frustrating.
It's great to talk about. It's great for drama. It's great for content.
Well, that's actually an extremely interesting point. What the fuck is Stephen A. Smith going to talk about on Monday mornings?
How accurate the score system was for the 15th week in a row. Like I don't know,
dude.
He's gonna go off on that. I doubt it.
That guy's way too intense for me.
He's something, man. He's I used to enjoy watching him because he is very, very knowledgeable about basketball. It's just he's works very hard. I will say that, but he is a talking head at this point. Like he gets paid to create headlines and do all that stuff, stir the pot.
He's making a lot.
He's making like $12 million a year, but he's also working 18 hours a day, so he better be making that much money.
Damn, I didn't know he was working like that.
I don't know if he's working 18. He's on First Take. And then he'll be on like shows in the afternoon, and then he'll like be on all these other like sports channels, like NBA and TNT. Always makes fun of it. Like he's like working for a dog. He put him on ESPN the Ocho, but then he's like at the game sometimes at night or like talking about it like late. It's just like when does he sleep?
Yeah, no, I mean you're not gonna. There's no denying the guy's work ethic.
Yeah,
that's for sure, and his resume speaks for itself. It's always interesting to see.
I can't stand him right now though.
I don't know, man.
I like people that are like more authentic. They kind of just like, not that you have to like just talk stats all the time, but I like Pat McAfee. I really enjoy because he's just like he's not out here like grilling people or just like saying the same dumb questions or like stuff. Like it's not just like is LeBron the GOAT? Like is Tom Brady the GOAT? Like are the Cowboys going to be good in like 8 months? It's like actual sports.
But
content.
That's what the best part about podcasting is and creating videos is like, fuck ESPN. Fuck the news. Fuck all. I mean, don't get me wrong. You'll get great takes on there. You get a bunch of professional athletes on there, and the reason that you do is because they pay. But you get like Pat McAfee show, and you get real, honest, blunt takes.
Well, it's great, too, because it like lowers the barrier for entry. So, like, if I wanted to, have like a podcast like 15, 20 years ago, like or like a show, like I'd have to go to broadcasting school, I have to go do all that stuff and play by people's rules. Pat McAfee does his own thing. He doesn't have to listen to anybody. He doesn't have to listen to like somebody in his ear from ESPN and be like, no, you can't ask that. Like you can't swear. Like you can't do that stuff. And that's where you get the real, like authentic content. And then you get people like Aaron Rodgers who, would never open up until he was on Pat McAfee's show, and then he like basically just says whatever because he's comfortable and like
he knows that
Pat's not going to twist his words like the media does for everything because it's all click generated now. It's not like news. It's entertainment and like just trying to get the most clicks. But like I can't stand when a reporter is just like, were you trying to make that play at the end of the game? Like, oh, you mean the play where I was trying to we fucking lost because of me? Like, no, actually, I wasn't. Like, those are the worst questions to. Like, it drives me nuts. When
I could never work for a newsroom only because there's no way I could possibly not just be like, this is what I'm gonna say, or this is my take on it.
Yeah.
reading off teleprompter, maybe that somebody else wrote. I get it in certain circumstances, but for the most part, dude, I mean, look at like Joe Rogan, right? Like that guy's got free reign to say whatever the fuck he wants. You know what I mean?
And a Spotify deal.
Yeah, like that dude could do anything he wants.
Well, then, yeah, you have to jump through all the hoops and things like that, and it's not like, I mean, I don't know how much like Sports Center anchors make. Like, I'm sure Scott Van Pelt's doing pretty well, but a lot of these like people that work local or whatever, report and stuff like that, they're not making that much. And like, it's weird because like newspaper print and stuff like that is like a dying thing. Like online, like it's a tough business to go into. Just like you're working a lot and like not making a lot of money, I think. But it's almost like it's the time to like go independent and do stuff like Pat McAfee and then try to get brand deals out of that and just.
So I feel like that's the best way to go.
That's the way to go.
You've met a lot of people. I'm sure you've done a shit ton of networking. You have a big following. Who is, not that anybody's necessarily a favorite over another, who was like, fuck, I met you, like, or I got to meet you finally? Have you had that moment yet, per se?
Definitely. I mean, it was cool meeting Baker Mayfield like a couple weeks ago. That was so random because he just happened to be at this bar that I was at.
Cheesecake Factory?
What's that?
The Cheesecake Factory?
It was not the Cheesecake Factory. It was not the Cheesecake Factory. It was actually down the street from it, though, because that's where his place is. But he was moving stuff out. It was at Dover Gardens in Westlake. Pretty cool spot. Yeah, so it was cool meeting him. I was Liam Neeson's stand-in for a month for a movie that they filmed in Cleveland, so I got to work with him every day for a month.
That is fucking sweet.
Coolest dude. So nice. Like, he came up to me, he's like, hi, I'm Liam. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I'm Joey. Like, I know who you are. Yeah. I met Logan Paul a couple times. I'm trying to think who else. Like, just a bunch of random people. Like, even these, like, quarterbacks I'm interviewing, it's like Tim Couch. Like, it's kind of surreal. Just, like, these people I grew up rooting for. But I would probably say, Liam Neeson has to take the cake. That's just, like, just international, like, celebrity. Like, it was just, like, couldn't have been more nice.
That's awesome. That is the best, too, when you meet somebody they're, like, actually kind of, like, they're not a fucking asshole.
Not a douchebag, yeah.
And Logan, too. Shout out Logan Paul.
Yeah, that's right. Logan's really good. He's in some hot water for a bit, but I like him. Every time I've bumped into him, he's been nice.
He's a Cleveland boy. He'll get out of it.
He is, yeah.
What's your... You know what? I was debating on asking you this, but I'm going to ask you.
Cool. Well, you asked me about Deshaun Watson already, so I feel like this question can't be...
No, it can't be. You are an influencer.
I am. Allegedly.
You know, it's got to be kind of hard to decide what you do and don't put on your platform sometimes, I'm sure. But you have guys like Andrew Tate who kind of say and do whatever, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I want your take on Andrew Tate. Do you agree with some of the stuff? Do you disagree? Because, like, I feel like it's hard to really lean either way. Because I agree with some of the stuff he says, but I think his approach is garbage.
Well, and I think, I mean, this is taking out, like, the alleged, like, human trafficking and all that stuff. Like, obviously, I don't agree with that. But I think what's cool about social media is you get every opinion. Like, everybody has a megaphone, and you can be as loud. Like, it's usually, like, the craziest people that are loud. I do think some things he has said, and maybe a slither, are, like, at least thought-provoking. Like, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. There are some things that are, like, he 100% says that are, like, just to generate, like, he knows what he's doing. Like, he's generating attention. Like, he's going to get people to talk. Some things are, like, I think what he does is he mixes in, like, genuine, like, approaches to things and then also throws in, like, the crazy shit. And that is, he's, to his credit, like, he's built up a following with that. So I don't typically agree with everything that he says, but, I mean, I'm not going to be, like, you know, that's the thing about America or whatever, like, the internet is just, like, just because I don't agree with an opinion doesn't mean, like, you know, I'm going to say that guy should be off the internet type thing. Like, even like I'm almost like the Elon Musk approach where he's like, he like brought back Kanye, but then Kanye said some dumb shit. He's like, all right, I was like, all right, yeah, Kanye's gotta go. Like, he's like, dude, Kanye, you came back. He brought you back, and then he said even dumber shit, and Elon's like, oh, I mean, you gotta go now. Like,
I want to interview Kanye so bad. I do some weird shit to interview Kanye.
He would be. I just feel like, man, he's just going off the deep end. If you want to talk about like a mental health kind of thing, like, I don't know.
Well, that's why you're pretty interesting though, because you despite going through the highs and lows and the mental struggles and all those things, I mean, you really did, man. You persevered. You came out on top. You continue to work. You have goals. You're not just one dimensional either, where you're sitting there going, hey, I'm going to do, a fucking SpongeBob SquarePants draft one day, and then I'm going to do a different draft the next day and the next day, and that's all you have. You are doing interviews. You are doing podcasts. You are doing bits and skits. Then on top of it, you're going out in the public and you're going, you're a noticeable guy around town and you're fucking hard to miss at 6'6".
That's fair.
So I think
I am kind of sticking out with being 6'6".
You definitely, yeah. And you wear the Where's Waldo uniform. That's
yeah. No, I'm like it's probably the tallest Where's Waldo ever. It's like the coolest thing, like getting recognized, like people like saying like, hey, I love your content, I love watching this stuff. Even people that don't like me, dude. I'm like the fact that people like know who I am or like spend a portion of their day or however long it may be, like people are busy, man. There's a lot of content out there, and the fact that people are choosing to watch mine whether they like it or not, like that's just something I just like dreamed of since I was a kid, or like at least like when I found out content was a thing. Like I always wanted to be an entertainer. That was the thing. I thought it would be like music, or maybe I'd try to be an actor or something like that. But I found this role obviously because it's just such a fun thing for me to do, and I'm just so thankful. Like I want to grow it as much as possible, but like I never want to be like I never want to have like an ego to where like I don't like talk to people or like I'm not appreciative or things like that. Like it's just you have to recognize that like this would not happen without like a lot of people following me or like supporting me, or even like the haters. Like the haters pay the bills too, man.
Course,
like that's just how it is. So
you get any weird fans, like creepy fans?
Definitely, and it's like there's a fine line of like do I block them, or like are they giving me some attention? Like are they important to like push like stuff out? Even like haters, like I don't typically block people unless they say like really really weird stuff that like I'm like, all right, I don't even. Or like they have like 3 followers, and like if you have like thousands and thousands of people follow you or something like that, or like you're someone like big that's like hating on me, like I'm not gonna block you because you're kind of just you're pushing my message to like an audience. But if you have like 2 followers and you're like hating on me every day, like I'm gonna block you. So it's a fine line.
I don't blame you at all. I'd fucking block people too if that was the case.
But like I typically just don't even look at my notifications that much anymore. Like at least on Twitter, like Instagram and TikTok are pretty healthy. Twitter for the most part is a cesspool.
Where do you think social media lands us in the next couple of years in regards to just like overall health? Like people are spending. I have a limit on mine now.
I wish I did. That's smart.
So, and you can like override it and everything, but once you get to the,
I would override it.
I know, dude. I would fucking override it every time. I'm on it, and that's how I know because
I would like hit it like in the morning. I'm like,
well, dude, like try to limit yourself to like an hour a day, and what it'll do too is it'll do it to all your social media apps.
Yeah,
and then you're sitting there you're like, dude, I haven't fucking been on this at all. But in reality, you've been cruising through that shit for an hour, and it's like active stuff. It's not like you just left the apps open.
Dude, it's crazy because like
you don't realize how much time
there's so much mindless scrolling of like that I'm on, and I really do try to limit it now. I'm really really bad at it though. But I do notice like TikTok, I don't really go on as much anymore. Like I'll post stuff and then like I'll try to hop off because like, dude, if like you just like continue to swipe, like you're on. Like I was on for like 10 minutes last night. I was like, oh my god, like.
But you do amazing on social media because you had responded to a Mr. Beast tweet.
Oh yeah, I put out a tweet saying like this is the best video he's ever made, and then he responded to it. I think it helped that I had a check mark on there that I paid for with Twitter Blue.
Did you really?
Yeah, everything else like I have TikTok and Instagram, but that one was like I was like, well, if I'm gonna interview Browns,
I love the authenticity
people,
of it.
It's just easy. Yeah, it's just easier for people to see it. So that's why I'm like I'll get clowned for people saying I have Twitter Blue, but like it genuinely does help. Like you stand out, and like if I want to interview an athlete, like they'll see the tweet more likely than like if I didn't have it. So I think it's worth it. It's funny though because my agent like literally the day before was talking with like a Twitter rep on getting me verified, and then Elon like puts that like fucking thing out. I'm like, oh my god.
Is he charging right now for that or no?
The check is like the Twitter Blue, like and be able to edit tweets and stuff like that. It's like $8 a month, which like I don't. I
mean, it's worth it for you because it was bound to happen anyway.
It's a high noon downtown. That's a high noon on West 6.
Dude, a high noon on West 6. That's
a seltzer anywhere.
Dude, that's like a half tall boy of Blossom.
Oh my god, you're right. That is.
You know what I mean?
It's like $15.
That's like.
And I pay it. I pay it every time.
That's just the mixer in the cocktail at Blossom.
I pay it, dude. I'm the idiot that's just like, yeah, I'm here.
Dude, Blossom's great, but
I love Blossom.
I love Blossom too. I don't know if I go to Blossom because I like all the hot chicks at Blossom, or if I go for the music, or it's probably a combination.
I would say a combination. I mean, when I was single, that was a big thing there. I think the tailgating is really fun. Like, I love just bringing speakers of football. Like, we get a watermelon, some KFC chicken, and like fruit, and obviously the alcohol, and you just like listen to music and tailgate, and then like get a little buzz. We hire somebody to like drive us, and then go in and have a good time.
You're a wild person if you're driving out of there drunk.
Yeah, I've never tried that.
I've seen people. I'm guilty of it, but people will like booze out of there, and like there's nowhere to go, man. They throw up a DUI checkpoint, you're fucking done.
It's like Browns games, except you just have like
two Browns games,
hillbillies as well. It's literally just
they did a DUI checkpoint at Browns games, getting on the highway.
I should put a tweet out like that next
getting
week.
On the fucking highway. How many DUIs?
I'm gonna put out a tweet week 1. Like, I'm hearing that the Cleveland police is putting on DUI checkpoints.
Yes.
I'm gonna get so much hate for it, but I think it'd be so funny, dude. Like, really, this like people that tailgate. Like, to get in line, like, at the Muni lot, like, it's like, people get there, like, at midnight before, and, like, I think it opens, like, 4 or 5 or something like that. Like, I know it's, like, a problem. It's not just, like, I don't know, but there are people that literally, like, are, like, their goal is to black out, like, at the Muni lot. And I'm like, and they have, like, people, some of them have tickets to the games. I'm like, go get fucked, like, go get drunk. Like, go do your thing, but, like, why are you blacking out at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., like, and not remembering the games? Like, what's going on?
People find that to be like socially acceptable simply because it's the Browns games, right? If you were doing anything else at fucking 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning drinking beer, you're looked at as just a hardcore alcoholic, right?
That's fair.
And it's not right. And it's sad in some ways, but it's also very weirdly football tradition.
No, I mean, I have no problem with people just, like, getting hammered and having a good time. Like, if they're not, like, messing anybody's thing up, like, but I just don't understand, like, literally going unconscious. Like, I'm not talking about the people that accidentally black out. I'm talking about the people that literally, like, I'm going to go black out at the Muni lot.
This is the intent.
Like, there are people that say that. I don't know if you've ran into them. I have run into them. Like, yeah, like, probably going to black out, like, in a bit. Like, we have, like, a ticket to the Browns game. I'm like, did you hear what you just said? Did you hear what you just said? You're not going to... I mean, like, maybe that's a good thing. Like, you don't have to remember the game. Because, like, the outcomes haven't been that great since 99. So, it's like, you don't have to remember
But still,
it.
like, you got to go home, right? Like, and who wants to get... I don't know, man. I don't like drinking when I got to work the next day. I don't booze anymore simply because I overindulged on another level over the summer. I was, like, doing coke and drinking like crazy. So, looking at that kind of stuff now... is like you don't realize what you're doing to yourself. You don't realize how you're ruining your life.
Yeah, we've all been there, man. Like blacking out and like just doing too much, whatever. And it doesn't feel good. I mean, I broke my foot at my high school reunion because I slipped on ice like the night of that Arctic storm, like right before Christmas Eve.
Yeah. So walk us through.
I can't walk you through it.
No, you can't. Can you live me through it? I literally can't walk you through it.
I literally can't.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest way to say that.
No, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I like dark humor.
That's pretty good. So what happened? What the fuck happened?
So
you're at the 2012 Rocky River High School class reunion, and you're turning it up.
We're at Vosh in Lakewood, and
you guys are a bunch of fucking posers. That's where we went.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't set it up. I was like, they told me where to go. I was like, let's do it. Yeah, no, it's a good spot. Yeah, I forgot you guys had it there. So we were there, and I had a good time. I was definitely drinking a lot. Then we went across the street to West End, and my dumbass is just like, I go to the counter, I'm like, 50 green tea shots, and yeah, I had probably 5 of them, and like just kept drinking. Like it I mean, you know how it is. Like when you drink like liquor and stuff, like sometimes it hits you like a brick out of nowhere. Like you just like keep drinking, and then I don't know, but I definitely like have had a problem of just like if I'm not drinking like seltzers or like beers and stuff, like when I get the liquor involved, I definitely like abuse alcohol, and I got pretty lucky that I didn't like hit my head or anything like that. Like so I walked out of West End and I just fell, I guess. I don't even remember it.
You turned it up. Dude, yeah, if you fall outside of West End, did you know you were hurt like right away?
No, dude, I woke up at noon the next day and had pain in my foot, and I was like, I guess I fell. Like my mom was like, yeah, I guess you fell. I was like, what?
You're like, oh shit.
So then I went to on Christmas Eve, dude, like 3 p.m. Went to the urgent care and they I was put in like a cast and like gave me a wheelchair and stuff like that. Like so my Christmas was just, and that like hits you like a brick too, where you're like, is all that drinking worth it? Was like all those dumb decisions, like now you're like going to be out for like 6 to 8 weeks, like 2, 3, like it's almost tough. Like 3 months, dude. And like, damn, like
the way I look at it now is like I've never gone out, and not that it's not fun, not that it's not great seeing people and stuff like that, but I've never gone out, woken up the next morning and been like, man, I'm better for that.
No, I mean, there's definitely some good things. Like I met my girlfriend that way, just like really, really drunk and stuff like that. But I mean, I probably would have met her like just get some confidence. I would have met her like if I had like 2, 3 drinks. Like I enjoy like going out and having like a couple drinks or maybe like 3, and like I'm like, oh, I feel pretty good. Like get hydrated and then like you're fine. Then wake up the next day and you're good. I do never enjoy having like 15 or like 10.
Dude, it's the fucking worst.
Well, then like it doesn't even feel good in the moment, dude. You're not in control and you just feel weird. You're like, I just want Taco Bell and I want to go to bed, and then you like feel like a piece of shit because you ate Taco Bell and you're like,
yeah. The whole situation's not good. Although there are those levels of drunk that are a great time. I mean, there's no denying.
Oh no, I definitely. I mean, it's not like
there's more of that than the shitty part.
If you do feel good, like it's not like if I'd never had fun drinking, like no one would do it.
No, of course not. So what for you is most important for your mental health on a regular basis, whether it's exercising? No, that's a rough one right now.
I did upper body before today, so I've just started exercise again. That definitely is like just sweating it out is great. Like I go boxing when I'm healthy 3-4 times a week, and that's like better than therapy. I see a therapist twice a month. I'm practicing Catholic. Like I pray a lot, and I think I have a pretty good relationship with God. I try to, and that really kind of grounds me for like purpose of like when things happen. Easier said than done, like when adversity happens and things like that. But I really try to just like look at every day and just like be positive, be thankful for another day, because there's just so many. I mean, we've seen a lot of people in your grade and my grade do that, like pass, and like the family members that are passed, and just like tomorrow is not promised, man, and get another day to like just.
That's super cool that you're like in touch with your spiritual side.
I try to
do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I'm thankful my parents raised me like that. Like, and if you're not, like, it's whatever I'm not like the person that's like, I think the bad like Christians or Catholics whatever get bad raps and they're like, oh, you have to be like this, and if you're not, like, I'm not like whatever you want to like believe in or support. Like if I think if you're a good person, like I want to hang out with you. I want to like
either way, it's not a big deal. I listen to Andy Stanley a lot.
Yeah,
he just is like more of that like modern type and real life situations, but just an interesting guy. But I think it's really cool that you incorporate that in your mental health. What are your goals? Like what's next for Sir Yacht?
Yeah, so we just started, like I said, we started another YouTube channel for like our challenge videos. So like now it's like sports on one and challenge on another, because it's like YouTube is like you want to like, I guess like you want to niche into like 2 different things. Like you don't want to have too many things on one, because some of the subscribers are like oh, I want to watch these videos. I don't want to watch.
I've seen comments like that. People are like, make another channel for this.
Yeah, like why are you doing this? Yeah. So I'm like, all right. So I finally did it. But I think my big goal is just like, as long as I can continue to make content and go bigger and bigger and make the videos that I want and like not have to worry about the finances, like that's not like a financial goal of any point, like then I'm good. But also like I want to diversify my income and like make this like this business that I have to like not just content, but like we have like merchandise, like other businesses. I'm investing in things. So like if one thing goes down, like TikTok, I feel like it's just gonna go down at some point, man. Like it seems like that.
Everybody,
dude.
There's something going through I think is it the state?
Yeah, so government employees can't be on TikTok.
Well, they're trying to ban it like all over.
Yeah, so the Ohio Lottery, I have like a brand deal with, and I had to delete all my videos that we put about the Ohio Lottery, and they had to delete their account on TikTok. Why? So just that you're not allowed to.
So just the community guidelines are like, nope.
The state of Ohio rule said that.
Oh.
DeWine or whoever said that.
Oh.
Yeah, made that proclamation. So yeah, a lot of state employees are starting to not do that. Some states are doing that.
That's unbelievable.
So my goal is like if I can diversify, like so I don't have to rely on TikTok. I don't have to rely on this. Like if one thing goes down, like I'm good. That's my biggest thing is like creating this is like making this like more of a business. So like.
And we need Sir Yacht merch. Please.
Yeah, I'm actually working on it right now, so we'll see.
I saw your Instagram story, but I wanted to reinforce that I'm excited for that.
Thanks. I was actually just texting a graphic designer. I'm kind of excited about some things. So we're gonna have a few designs, and then I've had merch before, but just I didn't like this setup. But if I can like kind of do that and just like basically fund everything to where like I can, make content, have a great time, and then also like make an impact while I'm on Earth, like just help as many people as I can. Because like I don't know, I look at guys like Mr. Beast, like other people that are very philanthropic, and I'm like, that's just such an honorable thing. Like there's something just about like helping somebody and like making somebody's day, like, or just like giving somebody a gift, and I think that provides me so much joy, not to be like from like a selfish aspect, but it's just like it feels good to help people, and like I want
100%.
other people to feel good too. So if I can do that, like, and make an impact here, like, that's like the dream too.
You're definitely already making like a strong impact around here. I mean, I know you feed the need at Town Hall. I see you around Cleveland all the time. You're Cleveland diehard. I mean,
I love it here, man. I love it here.
You're not Matt Shaver moving to Los Angeles.
I know, right? What's going on?
Yeah, shout out Matt Shaver.
He's driving right now. I am happy for him. He's going out there to like collaborate with other comedians and stuff like that. So I hope it works out for him. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could ever leave the city.
Where are you going from here with Cleveland? Because Cleveland, you are Cleveland. I
don't know if I am, but I the city has given me a lot. The state has given me a lot. Not me, but I appreciate that. I travel a lot. I think that helps. Like, I definitely get seasonal anxiety and depression, like, especially now. Like, it hits like a brick, dude. And, like, I'll get panic attacks and stuff like that, just to be completely honest. That stuff's hard. So, like, I was just in Houston last week. I'll be in Louisiana next week. And, I'll be in Florida at some point, too. And Nashville and all these other places. And I think it just, like, reaffirms my appreciation for here. Like, I used to travel every 2 weeks back and forth last year to North Dakota and back. North Dakota, like, this is not winter. Like, North Dakota is like winter. Like, it'd be like negative 50 wind chill at night sometimes. Like, you're outside for a minute, you die.
Yeah, there's nothing out there either.
Yeah, no, there's no buildings or wind, whatever, to stop, or to trees or whatever to stop the wind. So I travel a lot, and that really helps me. Like, when I come back here, I treat this as like my home base. Like, I love living here. I love the people. I love how it's so close to like a bunch of different cities. There's a lot to do here. The lake, like, I want to live. My big goal is to like buy a house, knock it down, like knock a house down and build like my dream house on like that big stinky lake. There's something about Lake Erie, man. I love it. I love looking out on it.
There's nothing like Cleveland summers.
I agree. Yeah, winter's tough. Winter's tough. Spring, like, is not bad. I get like some seasonal stuff then. It's like weird.
I want to do that too. I'd really like to spend my winters in Los Angeles and spend my summers out here.
My dream would be to have a condo in either Tampa or Savannah, Georgia. I love Savannah, Georgia. And then be here like spring, summer, fall. I love fall. Fall's great. I love winter until Christmas.
What's your favorite part about Savannah? I love Savannah too.
The open carrying.
Yeah, dude.
Anywhere.
You turn it up
take
anywhere.
Like
I forgot about that.
Like a glass. The people are, it's like Ohio in the South. Like, it's like Hilton Head and there, like, I've bumped into so many people that are just like from here.
That's so
like
funny.
Move there.
Dude, I always get blown away by the stairs there. You know what I'm talking about going down? Because you're like, because of how old they are.
Oh, it's like one of the oldest cities in America. I love just the history of it, the ghost tours, like just like going out like and drinking and like it's just it's really good people too. Like, they're not. Like, a lot of people, like, you come to their town and, like, they hate tourists and stuff like that. People there, like, are great. Like, I would love to live there.
Southern people are just, like, most of the time kind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, it depends. Like, if you're in the deep South, like, it's a little different. But, like, the typical Southern person, like, is very, very, like, warm and nice. And I enjoy that.
I'd agree with that. Where would you rate your happiness right now on a scale of 1 to 10? And if it's not a 10, what's your goal maybe this year to improve that for yourself?
Dude, so like the past year, so last year, literally at this point, like early, like first or second day of February, I got let go from my job, and I was like so worried. I was like, oh my God, like I went to go to this company in North Dakota. Dude, I literally drove 14, 15 hours. Like, I drove my car. I was going to move all this stuff to my apartment. My boss was like, hey, like, we're going to have a conversation with you. Like, and I was like, oh, cool. Maybe it's like a promotion or something like that. Like, I'll like move all my.
It was a promotion.
So I travel back.
Wild.
I fly back and forth every 2 months. But I was like, no, I'm gonna drive this time. Like, I'll move all this stuff there. Like, I really commit to like being there. And then I got let go at like 7 a.m. I brought my brother too because we're gonna revamp our podcast and stuff. And he like let me. I got fired. And I was like, why did I drive there, man? So like at that point, like I literally was walking outside. He's a good guy. Like, he's great. Like, he's the first. I'm the first person he ever fired. So like, really good guy. So we I go to my car like 7:30 in the morning.
He fired me. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. He really is, though. I genuinely mean that. Like, I don't want to.
Joey, you're fired. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much. That's what I said. I thought it was a prank, dude. I was like looking around because it's like a content company, so I'm like, is this like a bit? Like,
are you fucking with me?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's funny. And then I realized it wasn't. I'm like, oh. So I go back to the car. I'm like, God, like, I'm broken right now. But like, I pray some good happens from this. And like, so get to long story, get to your answer. Like, I started making like the content I finally wanted to make, which is like these like I like put out a tweet. I was like, all right, if this tweet gets 10,000 likes, I'm going to go to 13 cities named Cleveland in 10 days. And it got 10,000 likes in 90 minutes.
Oh, wow.
It was up to like 58,000 likes at one point. I think that's what it is now. And like the next day. And I was like, okay, I'm going to plan this 10-day trip. Like maybe do it in a month or two. And then like it was like 10 p.m. at night. And I was like, I'm going to go tomorrow. I have 10 days. I literally have 10 days exactly. I'm just going to do it. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, I'll get a hotel, like, whenever I'm tired.
It's the best way to do it.
So I did it. It was, like, the most life-changing thing. Like, my agent calls me. He's like, hey, G Fuel wants to sponsor the trip, like, 4 days in. So, I had a GoFundMe that was going to, like, it was, like, $4,000. Like, I was just like, that's all I need. And then G Fuel, like, it was, like, I think it was, like, a $15,000 brand deal, like, came in and, like, covered all that stuff. So instead of, like, taking all the money and I donated it to the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. And I didn't donate, but the people that made the donations, I just
but that's phenomenal. I mean, that's, you're not, that's what I mean, like, you do care about the city, and I think that's so dope.
I love it, man. I care about all the Clevelands now, man. They're all dope. Cleveland, Mississippi has the Grammy Museum. Cleveland, Tennessee is right by Chattanooga. Some pretty cool places. But anyways, I started making like all these long form videos, like biking the state of Ohio, doing a marathon in skis, like all these things. Like we ran out the Mansfield Reformatory and played hide and seek there in the world's most haunted prison. Like, and there's just something like so rewarding about putting yourself out there, like wanting content, but also like creating these big projects. Like I love the short form, love TikTok and stuff like that, but like creating a big project or like putting yourself through like this challenge, like I love that. I love interviewing people. So like right now, like this has been like the best year of my life so far, like in terms of like my professional stuff. Like I'm finally making money. Like I'm finally like saving up. I'm finally like feeling like I have a purpose here on earth. Not that I did before, but like you just self-confidence, self-esteem and stuff like that, So I would say like right now, I think I'm like probably at like an 8 or 9 in terms of happiness. Awesome. And I'm super thankful because I recognize like not a lot of people get to do what they want to do. I recognize like a lot of people are held back by things. Like I'm lucky I just have a broken foot. Like I'll be good after this, type thing. My family's great. I love a supporting girlfriend. Like everybody's healthy. I'm super blessed. I'm super thankful. And I think like in previous times, like I would look at like stuff like, I'm sitting down, like I can't do anything. Like I got some hospital bills. Like I got this. Like there's some unknown. Like I don't know where I'm gonna live. Like my girlfriend like lives in Louisiana. Like I live here. Like somebody's got to give. And, like move to the other spot. Right. Like and instead of that, dude, I'm just like we'll go day by day. Like and everything's been figured out to this point. Like everything's worked out. So I'm just like super aware of that. And yeah, man. And like it feels kind of good to say like. Because I would tell people like, oh, I'm about an 8 or 9, like something like that, but it's complete bullshit. Like now it's like genuinely like
that's so awesome to hear though, because I feel like a lot of people do. They're like, yeah, I'm good,
living the dream type thing. How's it going? Living the dream.
And then they wake up in the morning and they go to this fucking shit job that they fucking hate, that they're gonna stay at for 20 years. They couldn't give a fuck about them if they left.
Dude, I know
you know what I mean? And that's where I was at.
I have 2 stories about that. I know so many people that like worked for 40 years, like maybe have a great retirement, like a great life, but like sold their soul for 40 years, like hated what they do. And then I went to this like in COVID, I lived down.
Dude, imagine selling your soul for 40 years and getting like 2 G's a month.
No,
like no, bro.
No, imagine that, dude. You're not even doing great, and you like hate your thing. I feel so bad for some people, but dude, I was down in Charlotte in 2020 and went to this like house on Lake Norman, and most beautiful house I've ever been in, like on the water, just a magnificent pool, whatever. And this lady, she was like the head of surgery at like a hospital there in like the Charlotte area, like one of the biggest hospitals, and she got like a divorce, something like that. Like the husband was really weird, so he like moved out. Like the 2 kids moved out because they just like grew up, they have like jobs and stuff like that. So we're like, wow, this like has to be so cool, like this house, like you have all this stuff. And she's like, I would trade all this in a heartbeat to be like eating pizza on the floor with my best friends after college, not having anything figured out, but having the time of my life, because she didn't have anything. Like in terms of like people around her, she was so lonely. At the biggest house like I've ever been in. Beautiful backyard, beautiful home, and just like was miserable. So in terms of like that provided me with so much perspective to like I'm like, she has all this money, all this success, and she's miserable. And I'm like, so I really try to like be really present in the moment, be like, I'm so thankful for another day. I'm so thankful for like people around me. I'm thankful I get to do what I want for a living. And that's why like I don't really have like financial goals. I'm like, if I can just like do this and like fund it and not have to worry about that type of stuff and like help people as much as I can, like I'm living a good life. And I'm just excited because I'm always believing like manifesting stuff. Like I'm like, I just believe things are going to happen. I always did. Like I was like, I'm going to have a job in content. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. And I think I'm very thankful because I'm like, I don't take no for an answer. I'm not like, when people doubt me, like I'm like, challenge accepted, baby. Let's go do this thing. So I'm super thankful. And I just know that this is going to keep growing and get bigger than I ever imagined. Just because I just believe in that type of stuff.
Well, dude, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
You are always welcome on the podcast. I love chatting with you.
Love chatting with you.
Follow at Sir Yacht, please, on all the social media platforms. He also has a band, Maui Ski Club.
I do.
And so he's got some music out there. Sir Yacht really does it all. So thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time.